Okay, given a parabola in this form that is standard form, we'd also like to see it in vertex form. So with that, we have to recall what vertex form is, and that's the special formula that we have: y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. For this formula, you need to know what a is, you need to know what h is, which comes with a formula, negative b over 2a, and then you need to know k, which means take your value for negative b over 2a and run it in the function to get out your y value, or your corresponding k value. So for this problem here, we can put it in vertex form by identifying a, which is the number in front of x squared automatically, our h, which is negative b, here's a, here's b, here's c, so h is negative b over 2 times a. So two negatives make a positive. So this is 7/4. So the next thing to do is find k. And in order to find k, you take your value and you plug it back into the function to get your k values. So k is f of 7/4. Everywhere there's an x, you're taking it out, putting in 7/4 squared minus 7 times 7/4 minus 4. So everywhere there's an x, it came out. Using your calculator, or you can do this by hand, either way, I computed this out to be negative 81/8. So once I have those three pieces of information, you go right to the vertex form and you plug that information in. A is 2, x minus 7/4 quantity squared, and then plus k. K happens to be negative 81/8. So I'm just going to put in negative 81/8 for k. That's vertex form. The other information that you can get about this parabola is where are the x and y intercepts. So the y-intercept is usually the easiest one to find. That's where you let x equal 0, solve for y. So plugging in zeros for x, f of 0 just means what's the function at 0. We don't do anything with this left side. Plug in zeros, evaluate the right-hand side. It comes up negative 4. So the y-intercept is when x is 0, y is negative 4. That's your y-intercept. Okay, that's your y-intercept. To find an x-intercept, you let y equal 0, solve for x. All right, so if I let y equal 0, I have a quadratic equation that I need to solve. I have two options. I can either use the quadratic formula or I can try to factor it. This one you can factor. You write down two sets of parentheses to get 2x squared. We're doing backwards FOIL here. 2x times x is 2x squared. The last number has to be negative 4. So the signs have to be opposite. 1 plus, 1 minus. And let's see. I think if I make this a plus and this a minus, I'll do 4 times 1. So I'm going to check it. Positive 1x, negative 4 times 2. That gives me the negative 7x in the middle that I need. Set each of those factors equal to 0. All right, the zero product rule there. Subtract 1, divide by 2. So one of our x-intercepts is at negative 1/2. Add 4 to both sides. The other one's at 4. So negative 1/2, comma 0, and 4, 0. All right, so I've got an idea of what this picture looks like. Rough idea. I have my intercepts. So one is at -4, one is at -0.5, another one's at +4. I have a vertex is at what, 1 3/4, comma, and then -81/8. So if I do that division, it's about -10 and 1/8. So come over to 1 3/4, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So sort of in through here, roughly, and then I can sketch it in. Okay. So for a domain, and if you look back through your notes, domain for any quadratic in general is -∞ to infinity. The range, however, is restricted. The lowest y value that we're going to see is that -81/8. And the highest y value, because this keeps on going up,